Hey there, I'm Tyler Lunsford, and you're watching a review of Cosmo Solano's Perfect Sense. What is up, you beautiful people? My name is Tyler Lunsford, and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing and take a look around the channel at my past reviews. I also invent magic tricks. I have two on Penguin Magic's website right now. If you'd like to check those out, the links will be down below in the description. One involves the ink morphing on a card box, and I really like all of them. I know that you will too, so give them a look. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the video. One last thing, I purchased this effect with my own money, so you are watching an unbiased magic review. So now let's get into an in-depth review. What even is Perfect Sense? Perfect Sense is an effect where you have your spectators name a number between 1 and 100, and that is the amount of change that you have in your pocket. So you ask your spectators, hey, I have some change in my pocket. I need you to tell me how much is in my pocket. And you give them a hint or something. You tell them it's a pretty high number, but it's not above $1. So they take a guess, and whatever number they say, you pull out your pocket and you get all the change out of there, and you show them, you can let them count it out. You have the exact amount of change that they said. I think this is really cool. Let's get right into it. What are you going to get when you purchase Perfect Sense and you receive it in the mail? Well, you're going to get this package right here, and inside of this will be the gimmick that you need to perform the effect. You will not receive any coins because this can be done with pretty much any currency around the world. So you supply your own coins, but you will get the gimmick that you need to use for this effect. You will also be getting the link to a streamable video tutorial. It's about 27 minutes long, and Cosmo goes over pretty much everything you need to know. He goes over troubleshooting for the gimmick, how to use the gimmick. They even go over a few live performances and show you them in the full time. So you can watch a live performance, you can watch a couple of them actually, and he also talks about what type of clothing this works best with as far as like pants go, and also he's mic'd and the camera quality is great, so you are getting a pretty good video. Is this what it appears to be? Yes, this is what it appears to be, but just be warned that you're not really getting a number between 1 and 100. You're getting a number between a certain number and 100. It's not really like your spectators can name 13 and there's 13 cents in your pocket. It just wouldn't really work that well. Also, Cosmo covers this in the video, but 13 cents isn't really that much of a wow factor or a wow trick. So honestly, I don't think that's a big issue, because if you have a higher number in your pocket, it seems more impressive to the spectator. How difficult is this to perform? This is not that difficult to perform. Cosmo says that you can perform this in about 20 to 30 minutes worth of practice. I'd say between 30 and 60 minutes worth of practice, but that's just me. So it's not too difficult to perform, and I think once you get this and play around with it for a little bit, you wouldn't have a hard time learning it. Is this examinable? No, the gimmick is not examinable, but your spectators will never see the gimmick or touch it, so you don't need them to inspect it. But you do get to show your pocket empty, so you can flip out your pocket inside out and show your spectators your pocket, and they won't find anything. How are the angles? The angles are awesome. It is 360 degrees. It's angle proof. Your spectators are only going to see you reach into your pocket and pull change out. That's really all you're going to do. So this will be great for street performing. Is there a setup? Yes, there is a setup. Just for the first time you do this, you will have to set up the effect to work with your currency, because obviously they don't want to include coins because this is going to be performed around the world, so you will have to adjust it to your specific currency. Is there a reset? Yes, there is a reset. You will need to reset the gimmick without your spectators looking at you doing that, because you obviously have to have the gimmick in your hand. So you will have to reset this. It doesn't take long to reset at all. You just have to make sure you do it without people seeing you do that. Are there negatives to performing Perfect Sense? Yes, there is one negative that I don't really have a problem with. It's just something you need to know before you buy it, which I've already mentioned this, but it's not really any number between 1 to 100. It's a certain range of numbers up to 100, so it's not like your spectators are going to choose a lower number. And as I said, and Cosmo even mentions this, it's really cool when you pull out a higher number of coins, because your spectators have to count them out and it builds the suspense even longer. So I don't think that's a negative, it's just something that you need to know about. Are there positives to performing Perfect Sense? Yes. 1, it's angle proof, and 2, you can pretty much perform this in almost any pair of pants. There's really not any clothing restrictions. You just might have to be careful with how you present the trick, but as far as clothing restrictions, there shouldn't really be any, but he performs most of the time in jeans, it seems, so those seem to work best, but I'm pretty sure you can perform this in pretty much any clothing. Another positive is I think the gimmick is cooler than the exact change gimmick. I have exact change, I've had it for a while now. I don't really use it because I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not like I dislike it, it's just not something that I see myself using regularly. But this effect, you don't have the freedom of choosing any number like with exact change, but I think that this effect is better than exact change because of the gimmick and how it works, and you really don't have to ditch anything out of your pocket, so I think that's a positive. What should this retail as? Well, this currently retails as $50 US, which I think is a fair price. It could have been cheaper, but also they could have always increased the price. For what you're getting, you might think it's a little pricey, but for the effect itself, I think it's a good price to pay. Should you pick this up? Yes, you should pick this up if you are a street performer or someone who does walk around in a restaurant maybe. Even stage, this would work. So I think this works for all types of venues that you would perform in, so definitely pick this up. And that does it for this review video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to help you out. Maybe you can make a more informed decision now. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Once again, I purchased this with my own money, so this was an unbiased review. And if you'd like to check out more of my reviews, definitely look around the channel and consider subscribing while you're here. I will see you in my next video. See ya. What should this retail as? Well, this currently retails as $50 US. I don't think that's a bad price. It could have been a little lower.